Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a really big idea that's taking root all across Europe. It's a project called My Farm, and it's all built around one simple but powerful question. What if farms weren't just for growing food? What if they could be power plants and classrooms and community hubs all rolled into one? So yeah, this is the question right at the heart of the My Farm project. It's a total challenge to that old school idea of a farm as just a factory for food. Instead, it asks us to imagine it as a crucial part of our social, our environmental, and, our economic lives. But to really get why that shift is so urgent, we first need to take a hard look at the challenges modern farming is up against right now. All right, so before we can really appreciate this new vision, we have to understand the old problems. Modern agriculture today is kind of caught between three enormous pressures, and they're forcing a complete rethink of how we do things.
First up, the most fundamental challenge there is, food security. As the global population keeps growing and people's diets change, the pressure to produce more food consistently and affordably is just immense. This is the baseline, right? It's the absolute minimum every single farm has to meet. And then, of course, there's climate change. Agriculture is trapped in this really difficult cycle. It's a major source of emissions, but at the same time, it's one of the very first sectors to get slammed by the droughts and the floods that climate change creates. The only way out, really, is to build farms that are resilient enough to survive this new reality we're in.
And finally, there's a human crisis happening. As younger generations continue to move away from farming, this huge knowledge gap is opening up. The source material calls it a lack of generational turnover. And what that really threatens to do is hollow out our rural communities and leave us all wondering, who's going to grow our food tomorrow? So, you're faced with all these complex problems. What's the solution? Well, it's not just a new piece of technology. It's a completely new philosophy for what a farm is and what it can be. And it's called multifunctional farming. So what is it exactly? Well, multifunctional farming is this concept that a farm isn't just a food factory. It's a vital part of the local ecosystem and the community, and it has the potential to offer so much more. From protecting the environment to providing social services, it's all about building a symbiotic relationship between the farm and its surroundings. And this isn't just about making farms a little bit greener. The project sees this as a, quote, proactive development tool, a way to actively build a more sustainable economy by weaving farming into everything from clean energy production to local tourism. It's about creating synergies. So what does this actually look like in the real world? It means a farm's role expands a lot. It becomes a guardian of the environment and the landscape, for sure, but also a new engine for the local economy, creating jobs, producing clean energy, and even becoming a destination for tourism and education. The whole goal is to diversify a farm's purpose, not just its crops. Now, this big idea of multifunctional farming isn't just some theory sitting in a textbook. It's actually being put into practice by a major initiative. So let's properly introduce the project itself, My Farm. And make no mistake, this is not a small experiment. The My Farm project is backed by a major Erasmus Plus grant of over 1.1 million euros. That level of investment really shows you just how seriously this vision is being taken at a European level. This is a truly collaborative effort, bringing together 11 different partners from 6 countries. And by mixing universities with tech experts and local businesses, the project creates this incredible brain trust, making sure that the tools and the training they develop will actually work in the real, diverse conditions of European farming.
Okay, so we've got the concept and we've got the collaborators. But how does a farmer actually start this journey? Well, the answer begins with a really powerful digital toolkit that's designed to be a roadmap for this change. So the core of this whole project is a digital platform that guides users through 3 simple steps. First, you map out your farm's potential using regional data. Second, you assess where your farm is at right now and what your own skill gaps might be. And then finally, you connect with the local experts and businesses who can help you diversify. It's a complete pathway from idea to action. But hey, tools are only half the story, right? The real heart of My Farm is education. It's about creating a whole new professional role, someone equipped with the skills to actually lead this transformation. The project's entire educational model is a huge move away from the past. So instead of rigid classes that only focus on crop production, it offers a flexible, holistic system. We're talking online courses, skill-specific micro-credentials, and real-world apprenticeships.
It's all designed to be modern, practical, and accessible to anyone. And this training creates a brand new type of expert, the multifunctionality technician. The curriculum is built in 4 really logical parts. You start by deepening your core farming skills, like organic production. Then you broaden into new areas like agritourism and green energy. After that, you reground those ideas in your local community. And finally, you wrap it all up in a solid business plan to make sure it's actually viable. It's a 360-degree education for the modern farmer.
So, let's zoom out for a second. What does all of this add up to? Well, the My Farm project isn't just about changing a few individual farms. It's about growing a more resilient future for all of Europe.
The long-term impact here is, well, it's profound. We're talking about creating a resilient agricultural sector that benefits everyone. By strengthening rural economies, we create new, smarter jobs for the next generation. By focusing on sustainability, we get much better environmental outcomes. At the end of the day, My Farm aims to build a shared hub of innovation that's going to make European agriculture stronger for decades to come. And that brings us right back to our opening question, but now with a totally new perspective. After seeing the vision of My Farm, it's pretty clear the possibilities are just vast. So I'll leave you with this to think about. What else could a farm be? The answer to that might just shape the future of our world.